I like to say you need three kind of people in your life. Someone in it with you, someone who's already been through it, and someone who just has tons of wisdom that they will impart into you. So someone in it with you, that may look like a community, your tribe, people who are like-minded with you. It could be one of your friends, but they are walking the same journey as you are in a specific area of your life. Then you need someone who's already been through it, because you need to be able to look ahead and see, okay, I can get to the other side of whatever this is. They're going to have wisdom that they're going to be able to say, look, if I could go back and do it differently, this is what I would do differently. You can listen to it if you want to, or you don't have to. But I'm just going to tell you what I learned along the way. We need that person. And then we just need someone in our life who just has tons of wisdom. They may not know anything about the thing that we are walking in. However, they're willing to share just godly wisdom that helps us to make decisions and to be pointed in the right direction. You need those three people in your life. So when I began to transition, I started off in music. I know you can't tell at the beginning, and I used to sing. My throat's a little dry. I know you can't tell, but I started out with singing. I loved music. I think I started maybe around 8 or 9 years old, being in choirs. And then in my teen years, I was in choirs, and just anything you could think of that had to do with singing, music. I played the flute, and I taught myself some things on the piano. Whatever you come up with, I loved music. And so the community around me all centered around music. We sang together. We would travel with singing. We would play instruments together. I mean, my community was centered around music. Those were the people that were in it with me. But then when I began to transition into more writing, there was this gap where I felt totally by myself. I'm like, okay, so this is weird. I'm used to having tons of people around me. And now that I'm like not doing music, I'm like, I want to be a writer. Yeah, there's like no one I know that's writing. And then I heard on the radio that there was this Christian station, they were looking for some bloggers. And I'm like, oh. So I submitted to be a blogger, and after submitting 3 or 4 different times, misspelling words all along the way, and then them still saying, yes, we want you. I knew that was God, y'all. I came into community with writers, and there were maybe about 10 of us, and we were all bloggers. And so we would write for the radio station, and that was my tribe. Those were the people who were in it with me. And then along the way, I started meeting other people who were already writing books. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, they were ahead of me in the journey. Those were the people who had already been through things, and they could share some insight and some wisdom and some tools on the writing journey. And then finally, after years and years and years, God placed a mentor in my life. And this mentor was just someone who poured so much wisdom into me about life and business and not putting the cart before the horse. That's one of his favorite things to say. He poured so much wisdom into me. I was so thankful. So now I had someone who was in it with me, someone who had already been through it, and someone on the other side of it.